Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to teach you how to make a message in a bottle for something like a wedding invitation or a thank you note or just a fun way to send a letter. I want to say before we get started that this is not really the best way to make a message in a bottle for sending in the ocean. This is really just kind of for novelty purposes. So with that said, there's a few things you're going to need to have on hand before we get started, so I'll walk you through what those are. Obviously you're going to want a bottle and a cork. The kind of bottle doesn't really matter. I recommend that if you live close to a beach, you beachcomb a bottle or several bottles, however many you need, because the ones you're going to find on the beach, they're going to look more interesting. They'll have this kind of sea patina on them. They'll just look a little bit more rustic and antique. And also it's a great way to get some trash off the beach. So I would recommend beachcombing them if you can. If not, of course any glass bottle will work. And I would just say make sure that it's clear enough, light green or clear, so that people can see what's inside it. Okay, so you'll need a bottle and a cork, and then you also need a piece of floss, and a piece of paper, and something to write with. And as for the paper, I recommend taking an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and cutting that in half. It's less paper when you roll it up, and it's easier to get into the in and out of the neck of the bottle. So that's why I recommend cutting it in half. So you may have something printed out, something kind of fancy that you want to put in there, and that's great if you do. If not, and you're looking for a way to make it look more interesting, you can also tea stain paper. So this is just a piece of paper I put into literally just tea in a pan for about 5 or 10 minutes, and it comes out looking kind of sepia and kind of rustic. So that's one great way to make normal paper look a little bit more interesting if that's all you have on hand. Okay, so once you have all this stuff assembled, the process is really pretty simple. So all you need to do is sort of write down your message on your piece of paper, whatever that may be. Then you're going to want to roll it up. And when you roll it up, you really want to get it as tight as you possibly can, because it needs to be able to come in and out of the neck of the bottle easily, so that the person on the receiving end doesn't have to break it. Okay, so when you get this paper rolled up, you'll want to paper clip it so that you can have both hands free to tie your floss around it. I've gone ahead and done this ahead of time just to save time here, and it should come out looking something like this. At this point you can choose to leave the paper clip on, or you can take it off. It doesn't really matter. I'm leaving mine on just because it'll be easier to get the paper out of the bottle that way. So yeah, at this point all you really have to do is take your message, put it inside the bottle, make sure you're keeping the string out of the bottle. Then you can go ahead and pop the cork in there. And it's up to you how far you want to put it down in the neck. I'm not pushing this one down very far. But yeah, so that's what you end up with. It looks really, really cool. There's all sorts of ways to jazz this up, and I would invite you to comment on this video and share whatever ideas you have for making the message more interesting. Obviously, you can put other things inside the bottle with the message. You can make the writing a little bit more visible, any number of things. But the great thing about sealing a bottle this way and having the string coming out is that when you take the cork out, all you have to do is pull the message out. No breaking the bottle, no mess. So that's really all there is to it. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment on the video or on my blog, and thanks for watching.